Rock City Network's coming to you from Bondi here in Sydney, and a very special guest. I know everyone's been looking forward to this interview. Mr. Sam Cutler's joining us. How are you, mate?
Fine, thank you, and hi everybody. Welcome to Bondi.
Faster Louder Rock City Network's coming to you from Universal Music in Melbourne, and joining me are Z and Tennessee from the Like. How are you, ladies?
Very well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Did you enjoy that apple?
I did, yeah. He just watched me just gulp down an apple.
Devour an apple?
Yeah, it was charming.
Juice all over a velvet.
Are you good? You don't have anything
I think
there?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Joining me, very special guest, Seymour Stein, Vice President of Warner Brothers Records, co-founder and chairman of Sire Records. Seymour, thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Founder, co-chairman and CEO of China Top 100, Gary Chen, coming to you from the Northcote Social Club, and it's April Fool's Day today, isn't it, ladies?
Yes,
It is. And joining me, Stonefield, a man that needs no introduction apart from Mr. Carl Cox, is joining me on the couch. How are you, sir?
You're much more beautiful than that.
I've got that on camera, right? Oh yeah. Rock City Networks in Brooklyn. It's the last show for the Aussie Barbecue. It's at South by Southwest 2009. Look who I found in the street. It's James Matheson. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just trawling Austin, Texas for a beer and also a band to watch.
Joining me, the boys from Red Ink. Hello, gentlemen. It's been a while. You looking well? How is everything?
We're doing well. You're looking slim and nice. I'm sure the ladies would be really happy with you at the moment.
Cool. Now, before we get into things, have you actually done interviews naked before, or was that just something that sort of?
I've never done it, but it's always seemed like a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
With just a
Like a cup.
strategic
like a
placement there.
beer. Do you need a? Would you need a larger bottle, or is a beer can good for you to cover?
Mate, that's more than fine.
Yeah.
That's more than enough.
It'll be like this.
May, are you? Yep.
Yes, we are. Yeah. What are the shows coming up like in the next?
Rick's Backyard Bash in Brisbane with UMI, Pangea, and Die. That's gonna be really good.
Yeah, that's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you forgot that one.
Yeah,
right?
forgot that one. Yeah.
Actually, I believe it wasn't at the corner, even Xmas at the corner. It was the EG Awards last year.
It was the EG Awards.
When you yes.
Yeah. No, it has been a little while, and it's been good. It's been good this last little while since we caught up.
We should probably not have this conversation because the promoter's going to be, if he sees this, he's going to work out a way to stop me from
Well, I'm
getting
just
up
not
there.
going to send it to the.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go all out on stage today.
Yeah.
Put some little...
I tell you what, I have a birthday cake here with an 18 candle on it. Do you want to take that on stage?
Yes.
And right behind us is Bon Scott's statue, the documentary that was released at Festival Express about your time on the train touring. I think Buddy Guy was on there.
Yeah, man.
And the Grateful Dead.
Janice, Joplin, the band.
What was that like?
That was, it was the ultimate party, really.
Yeah.
It was one giant piss-up on a private train that was supposed to go from Toronto to Vancouver. It only made it as far as Calgary. By the time they got to Calgary, they'd lost $2 million and they pulled the pin. But it was wonderful. It was an amazing, fabulous time.
Have you ever thought or considered releasing some material under the name Pablo Hassan?
You know what? That's food for thought, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I might get sued by him. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got to ask first. But,
Pablo Hassan. That would be funny because they will see it and they go, "That's Carl Cox."
But if you had 3 songs of your own to pick from, if you were going to go into a jam session, what would they be?
Of our own music?
Of your own music or anything you'd like to pick yourself?
God, good question. Go first, Barker. I'll have a bit of a think. Or were you thinking? Sorry.
I don't know why I went for my driver's license on April Fool's Day, but anyway. And it's also Mum and Dad's anniversary today, which is weird. So I drove here. Well, I didn't drive here. I sat in the passenger seat of my car, and Hannah drove my car here, and Sarah drove Mum's car here, so it was really weird. I kept forgetting that I was meant to be instructing Hannah because, I don't know, I just kept on sitting there looking at her.
So you did fine, Hannah? You cool?
Except for a couple of things.
She ran a red light, actually.
I'm going to have a few speeding tickets and red light camera tickets.
She was going too slow. I was behind her and she was like, because her speed thing doesn't work.
I think last time I saw you, it was
a night I was going to say rather forget, but I think I've already forgotten it because it was a bit rowdy.
This is where I cut away to footage without any sound of what actually happens now. What's the time here? 7:54 in the morning. Rock City Network's coming to you from an undisclosed location. And we're back. Yes, that was good with the sun coming up behind us. And
it was an amazing night, and you're an amazing lover, and I will not soon forget it.
With your history, of course, you've gone through a couple of members. You've also, I guess, you've gone through the process of finding your own sound. This album sounds fantastic, and the look as well to go with the album. It's all a very lovely package. Do you feel like you finally arrived?
Yeah, it took a lot of work and time, and now we're so thrilled.
Yeah, it's definitely fitting that the record is called Release Me.
What about now, as I've read, Elvis walked in with then girlfriend or arm candy at the time, Marilyn Evans.
Yep.
She's actually cropped out of the photo, the original photo.
It's good to get the name because I knew she was cropped out, had no idea what her name was.
Who would your Marilyn Evans be if she was going to be sitting on the piano right now?
Mate, I've lost enough houses. I'm not I'll say Jessie Curran.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, Shah.
Oh, perfect. Look at that. I didn't want to get you in any trouble, but it could be anybody at all. What about? Let's go one more here.
Don't ask Ezra that question.
Well, is there going to be a special anniversary song for Mum and Dad?
No.
Fair enough.
A bit embarrassed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is Mum embarrassed? Are you embarrassed? No. You're okay. All right. That's good. It's all going on out the back. Who's playing right now?
The Boat People.
The Boat People, Queenslanders.
Queenslanders, yeah. There's a couple of them living in Melbourne though.
Queenslander. Well, I'm living in Melbourne.
Same.
I'm a Queenslander. You a Queenslander?
No, I'm from Sydney.
That's all right, man. I'll forgive you for that. That's fine.
We've got this new song called which everyone really loves. Everyone loves it. And everyone it's just like when we play gigs, everyone's like, hey, play. And we're like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to play.
The last time, I don't know if you'd call it a jam session, but it was probably the last time I was drunk at a sound check. I was at a piano player at the time, Matt, and he knew every song of all my favourite artists, and he knew everything by Neil Young. So I just started drinking, and he didn't drink, and he just was playing, and I ended up just sort of lying on the piano. We did the whole of Tonight's the Night by Neil Young, and I was just, by 7 o'clock sound check, they were kicking us out of the bar, and I was blinded, but it was great fucking fun, you know.
It's been a pretty long journey since that rooftop interview we did.
I know.
Beginning
that
of
was a
2009.
funny interview. I still watch that and laugh my head off.
I'm a bit nervous actually because it's our first headlining show.
Yeah.
But it should be good.
Our first sort of proper headline show and our last before Glastonbury, so it's a bit nerve-wracking.
Keeping with the tradition of this interview, if you want any more information on this terrible band that is going to write a great second album, does that work? Is that how it works?
See how you got to vent there?
Yeah, it was great.
You feel good and I feel good.
You always give us your time.
Well, you were there from our humble beginnings, mate.
Yes, I was. Pity I can't remember it.
In the alleyway, you remember?
Yeah.
Up for rock and roll for Melbourne.
That was 5 days before you released the album, and that was in the alleyway next to was it EMI?
Yep.
Next to EMI, and it was a freezing cold day.
Yeah.
Ryan had a cold and couldn't show up. I do remember that actually.
I think it was a hangover.
Well, look, mate, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you've got other interviews to do and you've got to prep for your show. But as always, thank you very much for joining me, man. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, likewise,
there you
mate.
go. I'm going to let you go so you can go and relax and focus your chi before the gig this evening, okay?
Like life, man, you know what I mean? It's never exclusively shit and it's never exclusively sugar.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between, is where we end up, and you deal with it the best as you can, you know what I mean? If you do it honestly and with a good heart, people, I think, in the end recognise that, man, for what it's worth, you know what I mean? They might say, well, you're an arsehole, but you're a good arsehole.